pictures just behind me I've shared on purpose because I think they really depict what we are about at CNS Sixth Form. And the top left there being taken only just about 3 weeks ago when we had our Leavers Assembly for Year 13s. And we were incredibly proud to send those off into the world, but we were really proud also of the team spirit they showed all the way through COVID, but all the way through their sixth form time as well. And hopefully you guys will meet new friends and form new teams with us. Top right there is Callum from a few years ago getting his results. We're incredibly proud of our results that we get with you guys, and that we hope that we enable you to achieve everything you can with us so that you have opportunities and pathways moving forward. Bottom left there we have our Duke of Edinburgh Award, which is just one of the enrichment activities that we offer at CNS, and we go all the way up to the Gold Award here at CNS for the Duke of Edinburgh. I'll talk more about the opportunities in terms of enrichment later. And then bottom right just there, our staff as well. I am incredibly proud to work with the staff that we do here at CNS. They are passionate about their subjects. Hopefully you've seen that come through already in some of your sessions that you've had this morning. And they're incredibly talented, a bunch of staff as well. So hopefully you'll get a really good experience in terms of your lessons, but the whole thing that we can offer in terms of provision here at CNS. Just before I go through all of the logistics of what you've experienced already today and moving forward over the summer into September and expectations, I just wanted to say, well, actually welcome Year 11s and 3/4 as you are right now, and almost Year 12s to be, and quite scarily, the class of 2023. And when I've been thinking about welcoming you guys, I've been quite excited, and I don't know why, about this 2023. And the number 23 I think is quite a good one, and so I'm excited for your year group, and the class of 2023, I think you guys are going to be a good one. 23, because Shakespeare was born on that day. We've got St George's Day, we've got my mum's birthday. There's a whole film, actually, about the number 23, Jim Carrey. It's a bit weird. Watch it if you like weird numbers, and all the links around that. Of course, it's the lowest prime number that has 2 consecutive numbers, and there are 6 times 10 to the power 23 atoms in a mole, for you chemists out there as well. And most interestingly, I think, in 2023, along with you guys graduating from CNS, hopefully, Uzbekistan will adopt completely the Latin alphabet. I found that quite a remarkable fact, obviously not you guys at this stage. But actually, I want to talk about sixth form. Why sixth form? I still remember, guys, with fondness and with real clarity, actually, my time in sixth form. And I think the reason for that is because I just loved it. I loved for the first time I could be myself. I could be the true geek I wanted to be. I could be that person and really come out of my shell that I wanted to be. It was nice to be around other people that wanted to be there and wanted to be academic and experience everything about the school life that they wanted to. I loved being able to specialise in my subjects. So I took chemistry, biology and maths. Maths was really hard. In fact, I hated it to start with. I got to like it eventually. I obviously didn't have Mr. Moss teaching me. But they are hard. A-levels are really hard, but I enjoyed them. And I loved making new friends as well. My best friend actually in sixth form was someone I didn't even know in Year 11. She had come from a different school. And you will get to meet so many new people, and in your classes and in the enrichment activities that you do.
Very warm welcome to you, everyone, and it's lovely to see familiar faces, and it's also lovely to see new faces as well. My name is Ms Philpott, I'm head teacher at CNS, and the sixth form is of massive importance to our school. Our motto is excellence in all, and I think that resonates more in the sixth form than probably anywhere within the school, because what you're on is a new part of your learning experience, and I think what you'll be seeking in yourselves and from us is excellence in your academic studies, excellence in terms of your enrichment and co-curricular opportunities, excellence in terms of leadership, excellence in terms of teaching and learning. And it's about a relationship, listening to what Ms Nichols has just said, it's about us doing those things together. It's a really strong community as CNS sixth form. It's a community in its own right, but it's also a community which is a really intrinsic and important part of the whole main school experience. So it's absolutely wonderful to have seen so many happy faces today, and just seeing you in the paddock earlier and enjoying each other's company is lovely. It's so heartwarming to be able to welcome you into CNS today. And I hope you've had a really fabulous morning. I hope you've enjoyed your learning. I hope it's challenged your thinking. I hope you've had the opportunity to talk to people you haven't necessarily met before. Also have a little bit of an explore to get to know who we are better. Do, as Ms Nichols says, use the opportunity to talk to people. Our student leaders will be speaking in a little while. Student leadership is immensely important at CNS, but really works with me through the sixth form. So I work very closely with the head students, and that's a real way in which we can make sure that we as a community are staying completely connected. So warm welcome to you, wonderful to see you all. Have a fabulous summer, and I look forward to seeing you and meeting you all more in September. Thank you.
Okay, next I would like to introduce the sixth form team, who will just introduce themselves in turn. Starting with Mr. Moss.
Good afternoon to you two as well. So I'm Mr. Moss. It's been really nice to see some familiar faces and get to know a few new faces as well. So I'm your Key Stage coordinator. So I'll be kind of leading on Year 12. I'll be responsible for your progress, your attendance, and hopefully, fingers crossed, an enjoyable time 2 years at CNS. So enjoy the rest of your day. See you later.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Cook. I have been looking after Year 13 this year, and I've also been leading on UCAS. So if at any point this afternoon you've got questions potentially about your pathway after A-levels, whether that's university, whether that's Oxbridge, Cambridge specifically, whether that's medicine, do pop and see me, and hopefully I can answer those questions.
Hello everybody, my name is Mrs George and I'm currently head of Year 12, and I've just sort of spent the last sort of few months supporting our Year 12 students in that transition and stepping up to A-level. It's really lovely to see lots of familiar faces today, but also getting to meet some of you. If you have any questions about how you can get involved in sixth form community, what being a student leader is about, then please look out for me and I'm happy to have a chat. But have a great afternoon.
Hello, I am the face behind the emails, Mrs Blake, Mrs B to you guys. So I'll be taking care of your applications, getting you into your school in September, working out your timetables, helping with bursaries, things like that. Any queries relating to your options, come and find me.
Ms Pedersen, if you've been over to the new building, is manning reception today, so if you get stuck, go over to the new building, the Elkin Centre, and find her. And
Hi everybody, my name is Miss King. I'm your pastoral manager, so I'm responsible for all of your safeguarding. I also look after all of your personal social welfare needs. So feel free to come and have a chat, and if you need support in September, come and find me.
Today as an induction will have felt a bit odd. I've said to you right from the beginning of this assembly, go out and explore, find out more about CNS, see if it suits you, see if it fits you. But I also wanted to make you aware that today would have felt a little bit busier than it normally would do as well. In induction, we will always see large numbers because we see students wanting to find out whether CNS fits them. And actually, of course, remember through COVID, we haven't had our normal open evenings where you guys would have been able to come along in November and explore the school and speak to staff then. So many students have made applications to lots of different places just so because they're waiting to find out more about them. So our class numbers, as you will find out later from Josh as well, our class numbers actually will be considerably smaller. In fact, the average class size is between 12 and 15 students, sometimes a bit higher with some of the more popular subjects. You'll also be aware that actually there is a grade entry criteria, and I'll talk about that more in a moment. But some of the students in this room and the other assemblies as well, they might not make the entry criteria, so the numbers will decrease from this point onwards. And actually some may decide that CNS isn't for them, and I think that's an important decision for you guys to make on an individual basis. But just be aware, today has felt busy, and certainly your lessons won't be that busy in the future. One of the key things about today is talking to the students. Ms Philpott mentioned it, I've mentioned it already. It's taking your opportunity to talk to the people that have lived it and breathed it for the last year. We have lots of ambassadors around in their white t-shirts. Ask them anything about CNS sixth form that you want to. If it's subject related, general sixth form questions, please do ask them. And I've asked our head students to come along and talk today. We have 4 head students, 3 of which are here at the moment. 1 has a driving test, I do believe, at the moment. But we have Bea and Hannah and Josh who are going to talk to us just about their experience and where they've come from and what they're doing. So find out from them. I will hand over Bea to go first.
Hi, my name's Bea. I take English Lit, Politics, Photography and EPQ. I've been at CNS since year 7, as I assume quite a lot of you have. So the transition for me wasn't that difficult, but as Josh will explain to you in a bit, the external students, it doesn't really make a difference. The sixth form team and the staff and the whole year 12 and year 13 was so integrated, and it definitely feels like a community, so there's nothing to be worried about there. Year 12 for me has definitely been something that I've really enjoyed, my favourite year of school so far. The responsibility and the freedom you're given in terms of understanding yourself and how you like to learn is something that's critical to your development, not just academically but personally. For my legacy project, I want to be investing in the careers opportunities and education at CNS, so that when we all leave CNS as individuals, we're confident in making decisions in careers, whether that's to do with university or apprenticeships or careers, and also our perception of the working world, which has obviously changed throughout the pandemic. We're acclimatised to the conditions that the working world is under at the moment. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Hi everyone, my name's Hannah. I take maths, further maths, physics and geography at A level. I've also been at CNS since year 7, so I know the school quite well, but I have really enjoyed the step up to sixth form. It's very different to lower school in lots of ways, but it's definitely been my favourite as well of school so far. Part of that is due to the amount of freedom we have to sort of organise our own time, and sort of the trust teachers have in us to take responsibility of our own learning. There's far more independence, which I think is really useful for sort of building the skills you need for university, or whatever you do beyond school or going straight into work. So yeah, I've really loved year 12. Also meeting loads of new people and making new friends has been really sort of valuable, so I hope you find it's as enjoyable next year. My legacy project that I'll be working on over the next year is to do with encouraging girls in year 7 particularly and lower years to take up a sport and hopefully inspire them to sort of continue into their adult life. I'd also like to target PE lessons in general and make them more enjoyable for everyone. I know this is something that's probably not relevant to most of you because PE isn't compulsory in sixth form, but hopefully it would be nice to see some of you get involved in sports teams and clubs and things. So yeah, have a nice rest of your day and I'll see you in September.
Hi everyone, my name's Josh and I'm currently studying biology, geography and environmental science. I'm one of the only head students that started in year 12. I moved from Fram in year 11. To all of you that, like Bea has already said, all of you external students, please don't panic when joining sixth form. There's so many different opportunities for you guys to get involved with clubs and enrichment activities. You can make amazing new friends, so please grasp everything, all of your external students, grasp everything with open arms. The best thing about being in sixth form for me is the smaller class sizes, which is an absolute benefit, which means you get a lot more teacher-student time, and if it's the case where you're struggling with anything or you don't get anything, you've got amazing teachers, you've got amazing students that you can talk to, so always feel open and always talk to the people that are available to you. My legacy project is focusing on the environment and especially recycling. It's such a big thing in the news at the moment regarding climate change and G7 conferences, etc. It's a massive thing, and I feel like the schools are the best place to start for recycling. We go through so much paper as a school, the amount of recycling and the amount of paper we've got in our folders is unbelievable. So being able to recycle makes this area so much greener, and the great thing about it being a legacy is how we can continue to use that in the years to come. So for example, this year I could focus on paper and printing, and the next year it could be food packaging, which I know has been quite challenging because of COVID recently, and then the next year it could be ink cartridges. So this legacy project I feel is very beneficial for now and for many years to come. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, very briefly I want to just go through 3 key things that I think will answer a lot of questions that you may have from today, and then again please take the opportunity at the end of this assembly where you have some free time just to talk to some of the ambassadors or come and talk to myself or Mrs. Blake as well. So I'm going to start with the curriculum. One of our key parts of the curriculum that we're especially proud of is our breadth of curriculum. And not just the A-levels that we offer and the Cambridge Nationals and the core maths and the EPQ, but the breadth of study that we can provide here at CNS. We have 32 different subjects on offer, and what that means is that you guys can select the exact package that you want to. The majority of students will take 3 A-levels, not 4. If you are planning on doing 4 A-levels, you must hit top GCSE grades to be able to cope with that academic challenge. And also be aware that universities are not ever looking for 4 A-levels. 4 A-levels is hard, and we've got 2 of our head students that are still on 4 A-level packages. And they can vouch for the fact that the number of hours and commitment that takes is quite incredible. And in fact, universities would much prefer that you take 3 A-levels and the half A-level EPQ, which is the extended project qualification. In fact, the more broad you are as a student, it's not purely academic sometimes, would be a better package for you than just 4 straight A-levels. So something to consider just there. We also, as part of that curriculum, we offer 12 hours of timetabled curriculum time on your timetable, and that's 12 hours per fortnight per subject. And if you consider that there are 50 hours of lessons in a fortnight, and so 36 of those would be taken up by your 3 A-levels, that gives you 12 to 14 hours of independent study time that you would be able to make use of our facilities and our study hall and everything like that as well. So you can imagine taking that 4th A-level actually eats up quite a lot of your timetabled curriculum time as well. In terms of our subjects, ooh, that just flicked through a lot of things there. In terms of our subjects, these are the 32 that we offer. And I'm sure even today, having looked at 2 different lessons that you have done already today, that some of you might be thinking, actually, I don't know if I've made quite the right choices. And if you haven't made the right choices, then our advice is this. Tell us sooner rather than later. If you know now, today, exactly what you want to do, and it's not what you told Mrs. Blake in the first application, you need to let Mrs. Blake know ASAP. So either come and talk to her today, come and see her at the end of the day over in the Elkin Centre, the new building, or the moment of realisation, you want to have a conversation with your parents, please email Mrs. Blake as soon as possible. The earlier you let us know your combination of subjects, the more likely you are going to get those 3 subjects. Our timetablers are currently timetabling right now, based on what you've told us already. So if you let us know in September, it may not work in terms of the 3 combination that you want to take. So bear that in mind, please, and let us know if there are any changes. And I think a lot of you are probably quite firm in your decisions, but some of you might want to just use today in order to just firm up some of those choices. We offer the EPQ, I mentioned it earlier, the extended project qualification. It is worth half an A-level. Universities love it, because it gives you a different skill set to that you would have perhaps worked on in your normal A-level package. We have a specialist teacher, Mr. Buick, who focuses purely on teaching the EPQ, and you have timetabled sessions that will help with your research and writing and evaluation of those projects. But as I said, universities often really like it. It enables you to research something very independent and personal to you as a question, and really complements your A-levels that you might otherwise be, your other 3 A-levels. On top of then our curriculum, we have our enrichment. I'm not going to read through all of those different things. That's just a token of some of the things that we offer. There's more as well. I'll let you just read through that list. We also have the school magazine, which B is an editor of, that's just restarted again this year. So there's lots and lots of opportunities that you can get involved with. Our CNS students are not successful just because they complete their A-levels to a good high grade. Our A-level students are successful here because they do take part in our enrichment opportunities. And the expectation, as it says at the top there, is that every single student will take part in at least one form of extracurricular activity, enrichment, or leadership opportunities across the school. We strongly believe that yes, we want to send you out with academic success, but we want to make you well-rounded people and send out people that have had a breadth of experience here and joined the community that Miss Philpott spoke about earlier. Whoever's pinging,
No, it's me.
Oh, is it?
Apologies, I've turned it
Display.
down, but what can I say? I'm
She's so naughty.
unpopular.
As part of enrichment, we also have our personal development time. School here starts at 8:35. Even if you have a period 6 only that day, you would be expected to attend your form times and your assemblies where we help with your personal development. It is never a waste of time to find out more about global issues, to support mental health and well-being, and also then to find out more about how you might explore your pathways, apply to UCAS, develop your careers, something that B will be working towards there, and also work on study skills. Organisation, being ready for learning is something that is going to make you successful as a CNS student. So you would be expected to attend 4 mornings a week at 8:35. We also run specialist programmes. For those of you that are not going to follow perhaps the normal pathway, maybe you are looking at Oxford or Cambridge, medicine, dentistry, veterinary science, maybe you're looking at a conservatoire or arts college or drama, specialist courses. We also offer through our careers programme, through the pathways programme, opportunities when you can explore more about those different aspects, different pathways as well. And finally, yes, we want to make you into independent learners. You're not independent learners just yet. Very few of you will be fully independent. And this next 2 years is where you start to transition from school students to university and higher education and apprenticeships, those sorts of students. We will help you on that way by providing you the spaces to have study, quiet study hall, the study centre, your own cafe, spaces in the school where you can then utilise your free time, your independent study time. We also have access to academic journals like JSTOR and encourage very much wider reading. So again, you have that breadth of study that's really important for pathways moving forward. You're not independent yet, and yes, of course, we're never going to push you away. We will handhold you as well through the 2 years. And if you're not quite ready for independence, we can help with your study and we can direct your time as we need to. So it's very transitional in terms of becoming independent learners over this next 2 years. In terms of our facilities then, we have the new building, and some of you would have seen this picture back in the open evenings where we were building still our new building, and now we have our new building. It's called the Elkins Centre after an old head teacher who actually helped the transition of the school in the 70s to become a comprehensive school from a grammar school. And in that sixth form building, you will find your own cafe, which is open from 9 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon continually. So when you have your study periods and you're not in lessons, go to the cafe. You'll find the queue is a lot shorter if you then make use of your independent study time as opposed to just break times and lunch times. And you can use that area the whole time, and the study centre and the study hall, because it's completely given over to sixth form. Your study centre there, we've a multi-purpose study centre, so we've got banks of computers all along the back there as well. We've got all the textbooks you may possibly need, and then some spaces for you to sit and study. A similar setup to the study hall. The study hall has banks of computers just for sixth form, banks of desks here just for sixth form, and bookable pods for quiet group work as well. So that's what we give you in terms of space so that you can start to study independently and be successful. In order to make it into sixth form, I will remind you that the entry criteria is 5 5s at GCSE, including maths and English at a grade 4 or above. And we recommend that you get a grade 6 in any subject that you want to pursue at A level, if you already do it at GCSE, so that you feel confident going into that course. And also, if you're looking to study maths, you must get a grade 6 or above, and if you want to study further maths, a grade 7 or above. I'm going to hand over now to Mrs. Blake, who's just going to talk more about that then, in terms of what you will need to do from results day. And this is really important. Listen very carefully.
Okay, thank you. Okay, ladies and gents, as I said, I have been bombarding you with emails for the last few months. There is one more email that needs to happen that's more important than any of the ones that I sent to you. And that's the email that you need to send to me to finalise your place for September. Excuse me. As it stands at the moment, you've all accepted our conditional offer of a place, but as Miss was just talking about, it is conditional because as yet we don't know if you've hit that entry criteria. So when you get your results on the 12th, what you need to do, and it's twofold, slightly different for external and CNS students. For CNS students, we will know what your grades are. So I don't need you to let me know what grades you got in any of your subjects. All I need is an email saying, yes, miss, thank you, I'll see you in September, I'd like to take my place up. Or, conversely, if you decided not to, no, and then that way it frees the space up for people I have on a wait list. Now for external students, again I need that email confirmation, but what I also need is a copy of your GCSE notification. I will need to see a photograph or a scan of your results notification so I can see what grades you've achieved in each of your subjects. And again, if you've decided that CS is not for you, and that's fine, although you'll be mad if we're good, just send me an email, let me know. Now the downside is you don't have long to do that. As you can see, results are out on the 12th. I need to hear from you by the 18th. It doesn't give you a huge window of opportunity, but it gives me enough time to get everything ready for you guys when you do come to us in September. If I have not heard from you by the 18th, I will have to assume that you no longer want your place at CNS and I will offer it somewhere else. So I must get that notification. Now it may be that on the back of your results, possibly you haven't got the grades for the options that you want to study, or maybe even you might be one grade under our entry criteria. It's worth giving us a call so that we can have a conversation to see if there is a package that we can put together. There's no promises, but if we can, and we can help out, we will do. We will be about, Miss and I will be in school from the 12th all the way through to probably about the 16th. We'll get a few days off in the summer holiday hopefully at some point. But we will be here to answer your questions and help you. But just remember, as yet, your place is not secured. It takes that final email from you guys to me to secure your final place by the 18th. Does that make sense? Yeah? In the meantime, you've got my email address. Let me know if you want to make any changes to your options or if you've got any other queries. Okay, thank you.
She doesn't always wear an apron. When you'll find her normally in the sixth form area, she doesn't have her apron on. It's just for the burgers today. Two last things from me. In your two sessions this morning, I'm sure your teachers mentioned your gap tasks. Some might have referred to it as the bridging task because it's the bridging task between Year 11 and Year 12. We expect students to complete these gap tasks. They are compulsory. And there are full instructions on the website. So if you go onto CNS sixth form area, go to Induction, you will see that if you click on any one of the subjects in there, it will talk to you about what is the gap task, how do I complete it, and here's some top tips for doing so. You will need to bring those gap tasks in on the first day that you come back, and those will be graded and you will have feedback on those. Okay, so really important that you do those gap tasks. It's our first impression of you will be those gap tasks. So get off on the right foot. Callum. The last thing I want to mention is just three things that you should have hopefully seen from today and what CNS sixth form will offer you. We will offer you a breadth of a curriculum that hopefully will never narrow what your life choices will be. We will also give you the space to study, whether it's in small class sizes like Josh was talking about, whether it's in the study hall, the study centre. We will give you space in school as a sixth form and a community to have that space to be able to be successful. And we will give you time, our time, in terms of 12 hours of timetabled subject time per fortnight, and time to be able to study independently as learners. So that's what we're about. Continue to find out in your last period today, just after this assembly. We're also going to send you off just to have a look around the school, have a look around the campus and go check out the study centre, the study hall and the cafe if you haven't already done so. You can go in groups with different ambassadors. But other than that, guys, I hope you've had a lovely day and we look forward to hopefully seeing you in September. Thank you.